bring in CTV's Judy Trinh, who is live in Mexico City, traveling with the Prime Minister. Judy, again, this agreement is an interesting one, is strategic, clearly, I think, for both countries. Take us through some more of the details and as we got to this point today.
All right. Strategic in the sense because what's going on right now is the opening steps to renegotiating, renewing the USMCA, the CUSMA agreement, which expires in June 2026. Now, the Trump administration has begun the first steps, which is opening public consultation. So at this juncture, at this pivotal moment, Carney and Sheinbaum come together and they want to basically realign their interests, making sure that they present a united front when they enter into these negotiations. What we know that is in the past, there has been a level of wariness, perhaps even mistrust and tension between the two countries. The history of it is such that in 2018, when the first NAFTA agreement signed by Donald Trump was taking place, Donald Trump proceeded to basically sign a bilateral agreement with Mexico, leaving Canada feel like it was being thrown under the bus. So this was part of the questioning that Carney and Sheinbaum was asked yesterday in regards to how committed they were to this three-party, this trilateral North American trade agreement. And both leaders said that they were absolutely committed and that in order for them to compete globally, all three countries needed to work together. Matt.
Yeah, Judy, this is interesting, too, as we talk about the fallout and what this will be seen as from an American perspective, right? What U.S. President Donald Trump will make of this, and as the negotiations start to ramp up, any indication yet, or we're still going to wait for some reaction?
Well, we haven't heard reaction yet, but what is interesting is you're going to hear from Pete Hoekstra, the ambassador to Canada, the U.S. ambassador to Canada. And what is interesting is that he talks about how there was a grand plan encompassing an agreement that dealt with defense, critical minerals, auto, steel, and aluminum, but Canada wasn't interested. And why was that? Carney basically was asked that yesterday, and he said that plan, that agreement, that grand design that was put forward was something that was not in the interests of Canada. So we do see this hint that perhaps the U.S. administration is trying to use wedge issues, pit one side against the other. So both sides are coming together. And Matt, it's something else that was interesting that happened yesterday is that Prime Minister Carney changed his tone in regards to the drug issue. As you know, in terms of the first set of tariffs that Canada was hit on, it was in regards to fentanyl. We were basically lumped in with Mexico, saying that we were not doing enough to stop the flow of fentanyl into the U.S. Yesterday, Mark Carney acknowledged to the press corps that was gathered and said that Canadian gangs are operating in Mexico. So it comes a few days after there was a massive drug bust in Calgary linked to Mexican cartels. So it is an acknowledgement that Canada and Mexico can work together, that the same issues in regards to organized crime, drug trafficking, human trafficking are impacting both countries and that they can share more information. This strategic partnership, Matt, means that the two leaders, as well as their top cabinet ministers, will be talking much more frequently to deal with these issues. But at the core of it, it's all about maintaining trust, strengthening it so that we can boost trade. It's worth $56 billion with Mexico right now, and both sides want to build that up. But let's face it, the juggernaut in the room is still the U.S. As much as we want to build up trade with Mexico, we have to take into account what the Americans are thinking. Our trade with them last year was nearly $1 trillion.
Yeah, and certainly, again, we're going to be keeping a close eye as those negotiations start to get underway. Judy Trinh, live in Mexico City for us. Thank you, Judy, for this.
Pleasure.